Hi, welcome to Compassionate Cravings. I'm Carol Jeha, and I'm going to show you a modern twist to a variety of classic dishes. Today I'm going to show you how to make blueberry banana scones. This recipe is going to be a vegan recipe. It started out as a vegan recipe. My daughter made them a couple weeks ago, and they were fabulous. So I thought I'm going to share it with everybody else. So this is my first time making them. So I'm going to keep my recipe with me to follow along. They are called blueberry banana scones, and they're fabulous. You'll want to make them for every weekend, breakfast, or brunch. So let's get started. So in my mixing bowl, I've already done the dry ingredients. So I have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of nutmeg, 3.5 tablespoons of sugar. The recipe actually calls for coconut sugar, but I did regular sugar because I just have never had much luck with coconut sugar in the past, so I'm not going to use it for this recipe. She used just regular fine baker's sugar for this, white sugar. I'm going to take the coconut oil and I'm going to add it into my mix here. Work it in. This is like if you were making it traditional way, not vegan, this would be your butter into your ingredients. So we're going to do that. And then I need to work this in kind of like until it's like pea-sized little, until it's all combined in and it kind of gets a little grainy. Now I'm going to put in the blueberries, and I'm going to toss them into the mixture. That's about 1.5 cups of blueberries. Might be a little bit more, but you can never have too many blueberries when you're making some kind of a baked blueberry dish. So I'm just mixing them in to coat them, gently tossing them in. Then I'm going to make a well into my bowl, like a little indentation in there, you can see. And I'm going to do all the other ingredients now. So I have a mashed banana, so I just stuck a whole banana in here, mashed it up. It's about, a small banana is about 1/3 cup, which is what it requires, so I'm going to stick that in my well. The mashed banana will act as an egg substitute. And we didn't find it to, sometimes people will say when you use banana as an egg substitute, you can taste the banana flavor, but you really couldn't taste it in here for some reason, not really strong. So then I'm going to do my milk. It called for coconut milk, but I'm going to use oat milk. I don't really care for coconut milk, and neither do my kids, so I'm going to do the oat milk. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. In a past video, the one I made banana cake, I told you how I made, and I'm going to just stir this with the fork a little bit, just get it kind of all mixed in with the fork, like act as a little beater. And then I'm going to take the spatula and do it the rest of the way. Just mix it in now. Okay, now I'm going to take this and turn it out onto the counter here, which I've cleaned. Put a little bit of flour on my granite counter. I'm going to take this and dump it out. Make sure I get it all. And I'm going to just knead it a little bit to bring it together. And I'm going to form a big circle about 8 inches around. Into like a dome. Pretty close. Okay, so now I have my baking sheet that's lined with parchment paper ready to go. I have a knife here, and I'm just going to cut these into wedges. Into 8 pieces. So I'm going to cut it in half, half again, and then half again. Can you see? Look at all those yummy blueberries. I'm going to just line them up. And now I'm going to take a little bit of that sugar, and I'm going to just sprinkle it on top of each one of them, because I think it really adds to it'll add a little texture and a little sweetness that I think they were lacking a little bit in the first recipe. All right. I'm going to wash my hands and I'm going to pop it in the oven. Look at those beauties. Oh my God, they look so good. So this is, like I said in the beginning, these are vegan scones. They're blueberry banana scones. My daughter made them a couple weeks back and they were fabulous. So we're making them again, and she got them off the internet from a site called Baker by Nature. So you can go check out his offerings too, or her offerings. So Baker by Nature, this is where this recipe came from for vegan blueberry banana scones. I added a little bit of sugar. I sprinkled a little sugar on top because there's just something about that little bit of grit that you get in the sugar when you're eating something, say, for sweet and just tastes good. There's something about the texture of it that I like. So I like to add a little bit of sugar on top. They'll stay in the pan and cool for 10 minutes, and then I'll move them to a rack, and then they get iced. So I'll show you, I'll make a little bit of icing, and we'll drizzle them with icing once they've cooled. This is optional. You don't have to ice them if you don't want to. I just always find it tastes delicious when you ice them. So I'm putting a tablespoon of milk, and I'm using oat milk. You can use milk of your choice. I'm going to blend it up here. This is just confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar. And it's in the recipe also. So we'll just mix it till it's smooth, and then we'll just drizzle it over them. Okay, so you can see the icing. If you want it to be a little thicker, you can add a little bit more confectioner's sugar to make it a little bit thicker. I'm just going to take it, and you can use a spoon or whatever works for you, and just throw the icing on. And then they'll sit and dry. Just like that. And then onto a really pretty plate with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in the afternoon or for breakfast. The perfect food. Blueberry banana vegan scones. I really enjoyed making this dish for you today. If you enjoyed watching, please like and subscribe below. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.